is NBC and you are watching NAMIBIA Connects. What you were just watching earlier was, of course, the flip gates of that were, of course, opened at Rakana. Let's bring you another conversation. A group calling themselves the Marginalised Group has taken it upon themselves to rightly defend and speak out for the downtrodden. Today I'm joined by its chairman, Roger Biekes, to, of course, tell us more on this. Mr. Roger, a very good morning to you. Thank you so much for joining us.
Good morning, John, and thank you for having us.
Absolute pleasure. Let's talk about what prompted you to come up with this group. What really were the issues, or rather the motivating factors that actually brought up this idea?
So, John, if you find in our communities, we are very fragmented, and we don't partake in things of this nation. Mm-hmm. We talk about nation building and everything. We talk about one Namibia, one nation, but not everybody is taking part in driving this narrative. Yeah. So the idea of this forum for marginalized groups in Namibia is just to sort of unite our people, let them partake, drive them into partaking in nation building. Mm. Don't just sit at the side and criticize those that is steering this projects. Mm. Take part. We've got a new president, and it's clear that she's got a new agenda, and she's doing the right things, looking at younger people in the parliament, in the cabinet, and we as a nation should see this as a clean slate. Yeah. Let's start afresh. Let's take her hands in helping her achieving her objectives. Mm-hmm. So this is us just trying to see what we can do from our end to bring communities together. Mm-hmm. We want to build this on 3 pillars. As a first phase, our first different phases that you obviously need to do these kind of things because there's a lot of issues at end, but you can't tackle them all at once. That's right. So our first objective is to sort of just unite our youth, and we want to build it on the 3 pillars that was the strength of our community. And these pillars are, gospel. If we look at the gospel, we had this inter-church groups things in my time that is not evident anymore. Yeah. We had Christian student organizations that's not evident anymore. So we want to bring these things back. If you look at school sports are focusing on kids at school, but what happens after that? I mean, if I'm coming from Commersdal, there was teams like Young Ones, Civics. All these teams were there, they disappeared. And it's everywhere. It's in every town in Windhoek. They just disappeared. So what are we doing? Yeah. We cannot just look at the government and say, but the government is doing this and the government is doing that. We must ask ourselves, what is it that we can do to take the government's hands, to put these things back where it's supposed to be? Absolutely.
I like how you explained that. And the mission and the vision for the group going forward, what really is it? What do we want to achieve?
So John, we've got long-term and short-term visions. The long-term vision is obviously long-term goal is to create an equal society and bring inclusivity. That's right. But like I said, it takes you to look in the mirror. What is it that you can do to be part of that inclusivity? Yeah. Don't just expect it to come to you. Yeah. You need to also approach. It's a 50-50 thing. You need to go towards it for that inclusivity. So long-term, we want to sort of inclusivity, to promote the identity and socioeconomic empowerment, entrepreneurship, and inclusive participation in governance, and to uphold the freedom of the association provided by the Namibian Constitution. So that's the long-term objective. Okay. But we cannot talk about these things when we're not united yet. So our short-term is to promote the unity of the unity and the concept of one Namibia, one nation. So we need to promote this. So we need to collaborate with each other. So like, if I can put it to you like this. Yeah. In all corporate companies in Namibia, I can tell you, John, we are one Namibia, one nation. Because there we mingle, we talk with each other. Doesn't matter whether you are a pastor or a colored or Shivambu, whatever. In the corporate, we are one Namibia, one nation. But outside the corporate world, we are very fragmented. Yeah. And this is what we need, that narrative we need to push, where we sort of collaborate outside of office. We need to collaborate outside of the schools. Because in the school arena, we are one Namibia, one nation. The kids are mingling with each other. They are lekker with each other. Yeah. But further than that, so our focus is basically the group, the school leavers, the ages of 25 and younger, to focus on them for now, because they are the future of this nation.
That's right.
And we need to bring the message to them.
Very well.
We don't need to dwell on the past. What is it that we can do now for a better future?
Absolutely. Now, you've already mentioned to us about, who exactly will be forming part of this marginalized community. Of course, you mentioned the age and the young people to be specific. But when we hear about marginalized, quickly we'll be thinking about the San, the Ovahimba, the Ovashimba. But when we hear about the group that you are alluding to, who are we exactly talking about, and what is which group are we, of course, advocating for, and what voice do we really want to put out there so that it's heard?
So the fragmentation, John, is amongst the descendants of the Khoikhoi and the San people. Okay. The Busters, they don't gel with each other. The Coloureds, they don't gel with each other. The Namas, we are all fragmented. So our initial focus would be on the descendants of the Khoikhoi and the San people. Very well. But that's our initial focus. I've already talked about one Namibia, one nation.
That's right.
So marginalization in the government perspective is having those three groups that you've just mentioned, is their focus from a marginalized perspective. But I think if you look in general perspective, you will find, I mean, we refer to the Oshiwambo people at this point of time as the executive tribe. Right. But you will find marginalization there as well. Yeah. So we want to expand across the borders of this nation. We want to sort of have that Ubuntu amongst us all. So it's not specifically just to the San and Khoikhoi descendants, but it's just our initial focus.
Absolutely. And what expected outcome do you want to see through the work that you will do?
My primary objective is to drive the narrative of one Namibia and one nation. Yeah. And like I've said, I'm going to focus on the three pillars of our community strength, which is the culture, sports, and the gospel. Absolutely. So I want to see that we're going to have annual competitions of the nature where we will compete in the 14 regions, and then we'll come together for a grand finale in Windhoek. I want to see where we have youth teams for 24 and younger competing in the regions, and then we have big competitions in Windhoek, where we create this platform for our youth to sort of just mingle with each other and build. I mean, we want to see empower each other. We want to see brave warriors to be the best team in Africa. That's right. But we will not get there if we don't work together.
Absolutely.
We need to create those platforms where it's moved away from politics and just us Namibians. Let's not look at this thing from a political angle. Let's look at it from a Namibian people perspective.
Absolutely. When it comes to activities that you just mentioned, a few, there is a lot of requirements. You need funds. You need a lot of people on board to actually even give out a helping hand. Do you have any sponsors at this point? Do you have any fundraising activities that you would like to make sure that at least the organization is able to keep afloat when actually activities arise, and how to of course fulfill the benefit, or rather the purpose of one Namibia, one nation, like you mentioned? Yeah.
So that's exactly why I'm steering away from politics, because, John, we are in our baby shoes, and we are launching the Forum for Marginalised Group officially Friday the 4th at Western Suburbs Clubhouse, Western Suburbs Rugby Team or Sports Club Clubhouse, from 7 o'clock, and you are invited, NBC TV. So we've got our official launch of this forum. Obviously, we're still in our baby shoes. We need to have structures in all regions. We need to have people that put up their hand and say, I want to join you. I want to join forces with you, because what you are doing is on our hearts as well. So what we've done is we've registered Section 21 company to allow for us to engage with any sector, including the media, in this country to join hands with us and taking us forward. So for now, the funds are not there, but I believe this task is put on me by a greater God. And when He puts you on the ground, He will provide. So the money will come.
Absolutely.
I've got no doubt that we will succeed because He will lead the way.
Absolutely. I love your confidence, Mr. Bakers. Let's talk about, many who still identify themselves as marginalized, yet they are not classified as such. Are they welcome to join the group?
Everybody and anybody.
Yeah.
Even those that don't feel marginalized are welcome to join. Everybody and anybody is welcome to take hands with us.
Absolutely. And again, going back to funding, for those who'd like to come on board and support this organization, how can they come about doing that, and what are the steps that they need to take?
So obviously, for an organization like this, you need to have the right things in place to ensure that transparency and integrity is on a high level.
Yeah.
So we are in the process to opening our bank account. So we don't have that yet. There's a lot of processes and red tape for organization like this because money laundering, organization like this is a target for money laundering.
Right.
So obviously the FIC, we need to complete our fit standing and all those kind of things. So yes, the idea is eventually to be a force to be reckoned with, but not just a force to be reckoned with, one that all sectors wants to take hands with.
Absolutely. Talk to us about Friday again. What can we expect? And of course, just invite everyone who would like to be on board to come and join you at the Western Suburbs Stadium.
So like I already alluded to, it is our official launching of the Forum for Marginalised Groups. So it is coinciding with a gala event. Yeah, we've got the swingers dance band, so there will be a bit of ballroom dancing.
Nice.
And it's a 3-course meal that we are offering to people for a mere ticket of 350. But for the media, it will be free of charge, limited numbers.
Yeah, very well. I'll make sure early.
I don't want to be the whole NBC to come now, which obviously I would love, but for other events.
That's right.
But for this one, I've got a table or two for media. Please, media people, make contact with us. We will make sure that there's provision for you because we need the media to take this to all corners of the nation.
Absolutely. Mr. Beek, it's a pleasure to be with you today to, of course, tell us about this very important event and, of course, the group that you are, of course, advocating for as a chairman. We wish you all the best and, of course, hope to see you Friday.
Thank you very much and I hope to see you there.